Anyway, good morning Instagram Live. We are just getting live onto Facebook. Good morning to Facebook Live. Hey Disco Bunny, to Miffy Lou, to Sorrel Wilson, to Haley, to Nudge, to Crafty Keto Ruma. Good morning everyone. We are here this morning for a mass meditation, a mass consciousness meditation to send some love and positive vibes collectively to our neighbours in New Zealand. And I want to say first up that I know that this shit goes down frequently, and it's not just, in our borders that I'm going to be, sending this to. But yesterday, I really started tuning in to what do I want to share on Sunday morning. And with everything that was happening over the news and my youngest stepdaughter getting really disturbed by all of this with it so easily accessible on the news, I thought, you know what, it's Sunday morning's coming up. Let us use this time together and this collective energy together to really come together and shift our mindsets, to come and take full self-responsibility for our own minds. I can't actually stress enough that the most important thing that you can invest in is your mind. It's not a piece of clothing. It's not a piece of furniture. It really isn't a holiday or a new car. It isn't a new bag. It's your fucking mind. And if you don't get that, really get that, then I hope you really get that. If that's anything that you take away from this Sunday morning, it is that the most important thing that you can invest in is your mind. Yet, so many of us value so many things before that. You value your looks, you value your car, you value your handbag, you value your wallet, you value the outfit that you're going to be wearing on the weekend and how confident that's going to make you feel. But it all begins the truth of that all begins with your mind. The truth of your truest value to this planet is investing in your mind. Yet the things like meditation, or the things like up-leveling yourself, training your mind, advancing yourself, shifting your perceptions, shifting your judgments, is really where it's at. And so many of us have had shit happen to us in the past, every single one of us, and it will have varying degrees of what shit has happened to us. But it is our responsibility, is each and every single one of you's responsibility to shift the shit that goes on inside of you by focusing on your mind, by training it, retraining it every goddamn day with meditation, not just on a Sunday, every goddamn day. Through up-leveling your mind and rerouting your mind so that you don't emotionally feel the same charge when someone in life triggers you and it makes you think about shit when you were 6 or 4 or 10 or 12. Because that's what goes on. The outside world triggers shit inside here unconsciously. And then what happens is we have an emotional response to that. And our emotions are our fuel to action. Now, what goes on when shit like going down in New Zealand takes place, or shootings in Melbourne take place, or things that go on in multiple countries across the world take place? Corrupt belief systems based upon however we were brought up or whatever happened to us are still playing out And the most extreme version of that is when another person feels like it's in their power or it's in their right to take someone else's life or to take advantage of someone else. That's the most extreme version. And we're seeing that. The news is amazing at sharing that that's what's going on. It is our corrupt beliefs that have been stemmed and are playing out unconsciously that are now projecting onto on a global scale. But I can bet your bottom dollar this is happening in your very home. It'll be happening with your partner, it'll be happening with your colleagues, it'll be happening with your team members, it'll be happening with your children. So this is my point. Why wouldn't you invest in your mind then? Because if we also have corrupt belief systems and we have children, guess what? Hey man, here's my corrupt belief system. I'll hand it down to you. I'll hand my wounds down to you instead of my wisdom. And that's what goes on across the board globally. Our wounds are passed down rather than wisdom. And this is why our planet suffers. But you know what? Don't spend another moment blaming your parents or blaming your guardians or blaming around you. It's your responsibility now. It's your responsibility now to turn the corruptness that goes on in here, and everyone's got our corruptness. We all do. At varying levels, it just depends what we do with that corruptness. It is our responsibility to turn the ship around, to become the captain of our ship and turn the goddamn ship around. Invest in your mind. The most powerful tool in your toolkit is this. And every single one of us, it's our duty of care to the fucking planet and to each other. Because for whatever reason, we're acting like you as another human or another sentient being or an animal even on this planet doesn't fucking matter. And in the highest possible truth, that is not who we are. God, it makes me emotional just thinking that. We treat one another like we don't fucking matter. Like your feelings don't matter. Like how I act around you doesn't matter. Every ill action, every ill word, every ill bitching behind someone else's back, every poor treatment of another person corrupts them. It jars them, it jades them, it closes off the heart. And then we get shit like this taking place at such an extreme level where no one has mercy for another person's soul. I see it in my stepchildren, the way that the eldest, particularly turning into a teenager, doesn't care, has complete disregard. My God, it is my responsibility as her guardian to help her turn her ship around by shifting this mindset bit by bit by bit by bit. So wake up, people. Please wake up. It is your sole responsibility to invest in your mind. Retrain yourself. Listen to incredible podcasts. Read books. Meditate every day. Invest in a training that is going to up-level you to your next level of thinking and blow your own goddamn beliefs. I ask this as a monstrous plea to invest in what will be your greatest return on investment. Your greatest return on investment. It's not the fucking handbag. It's not the wallet. It's not the new top. It's not the new outfit. It's not the new fucking protein powder. It's this. It's not the new fad going around It's this. This has the power to change our everyday thinking, which means our everyday emotions, which means our everyday actions. And that will impact our direct family, whoever's living in your housemate, your family, your children, your partner. That will then impact their friends, their work colleagues, their bosses, which will then impact their own family and their own friends, which will then impact their own family and their own friends and their own work colleagues. And you can see how this has the greatest domino effect. And I fucking believe that this is possible. Call me crazy, call me sad, call me too much hope. I don't care. But I believe it's possible. So let's start today. Let us go into meditation now and really take this in. That our minds are the most valuable asset and greatest return on investment. Closing down your eyes. Closing down your eyes. Just taking big breaths in and out. It is now time to invest into your mind. First and foremost, here this morning, we think of those who have lost their families in New Zealand, lost their loved ones. We imagine what it would feel like to lose someone so dear. Through an act of hate. And we just spare a moment to feel in our hearts how they'd be feeling. The fear inside of those people who were inside the mosque. And just take a moment and deeply empathize. And we send that same empathy and connection to the human race, to wherever else that may be going on in the world right now. Spare a moment. Spare a moment. For the fellow human race who are suffering. And together here, who is here this morning, let us use this emotion inside of us to act, not sit idly, not think that there's nothing for us to do. But use this emotion as fuel to act. To truly invest in our most powerful tool that we were gifted. Our minds. And we take this act to ease the war inside ourselves, to ease the war within our families, our friends, to ease the war in our communities. Because deep inside of every single one of us, we don't want war. We don't want to fight. We don't want to hate. We don't want to hurt. In our deepest truth, we don't want that. So let us use that emotion that is inside of us now to act. And invest in our most powerful tool we've been gifted. So ask yourself now, ask yourself, your higher self, the wise being in you, what's your step today? What's your step today to invest into your mind? Not tomorrow, today. And use the emotion charged and exercised in this meditation to take that action. And not just sit idly, not just feel sorry for what's happened in New Zealand and around the world, but instead do something about it. If your eyes are closed, please feel welcome to open up your eyes. You know, it's times like this that a lot of people lose faith and lose hope and lose trust in the universe, in God, in others. And we can often question ourselves thinking, shit, am I capable of this? Like, am I capable of doing something like this? And we start to question. We start to question our faith in a higher being or a higher something. And we begin to question our fellow human race. And that is the worst thing you can do right now. It's the worst thing you can do right now, to question and lose trust in the human race and in whatever faith that you believe in. This is the time to dig deep, invest in your mind, and use circumstances like this to remind yourself, it is my responsibility to lead and train my mind so that I can lead my family, my friends, my work peeps, and the community, which will then have a domino effect on their family, on their friends, on their community, and their work colleagues. Do not sit idly. Do not feel sorry. Do not lose trust. Instead, empathize with the human race. Feel what it would feel like to lose someone like other people have. Feel what it would feel like to be those people inside that mosque. And use that emotion to drive you to being a leader, captain, creator of your own mind, rather than a servant to it. Because whoever does ill shit in this world, not just to the extreme of what happened and what happens, but in our everyday life, whenever someone does ill shit to another human being or to a sentient being, to an animal, they're a slave to a very dark part of themselves. So I'm asking you, it's a plea from me to you to take self-responsibility and do one thing today and tomorrow and the next and the following, all your days forward, to invest in your mind. Love you, gang. Share this with your mates. Peace.